All right. Oh man. Good morning. Lou, Hashira, 96 Cent, Dr. Barber, Ruth, Mike. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning. We're gonna get started in just a couple minutes. 1 second. Strat King Class Act. What's up? Good morning. Happy Saturday. We're going to be a quick hour in and out. And then we'll go about our business. Good morning, Joey. Jessica, good morning. Couple minutes, let everybody get in here, and then we're going to go over Asia and some macro stuff. London close macro and that 950 to 1010 macro setups throughout this week. And then we'll take some questions towards the end. And then we'll see. Killed yesterday's price action. Yesterday's price action was trash. But if you made money, you can't knock it. Ero, good morning. Perez. 2 more minutes. We're not going to wait too long. It's already 10:04. Stop talking about food. Messed up a whole diet. Wingstop. Wingstop do sound good. My bad. Can't really help it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going over Asia. We're going to do a quick recap of Asia and its setups and what it did this past week. And then we're going to go over macros, the 950, 1010 macro setups. And then we'll go over the London close macro, profit taking hour, 1050 to 1110. And we'll take questions towards the end for like the last 15 minutes or so. But before we get into all that, looking at the economic calendar for this week, 21st through the 25th. Monday, let's see. Just a lot of medium impact news. Monday, we don't have any news driver. I'm expecting a trash Monday on that day. Let's see. Tuesday, medium impact news at 10 a.m. Wednesday, medium impact news at 10 o'clock and 10:30. Thursday, we have our only high impact news drivers for the week, 8:30 and 9:45. So I'm expecting Thursday to be the cleanest price action, along with Friday. So it's pretty much all we're working with. Not too much of a crazy week as far as the economic calendar. We don't have any holidays. Yeah, we don't have any holidays, so we'll see what next week brings. But Monday, I'm expecting a slow market, trash price action. That's our only day without a news driver, and y'all know how I feel about no news Monday, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me plug in my laptop. Let's do this. All right, so Asia, we're gonna go over Asia setups. Let's start off with Friday actually, so we can, or Thursday, so we can hop in replay mode and go backwards. Right here. Thursday's Asia price action was the cleanest. Like, it was actually textbook straight out of the model. But all right, initial buy side liquidity, initial sell side, your highest high and your lowest low between 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Small little wick. Okay, we take out the buy side, that's your highest high. Buy side cleared, aggressive break lower, taking out a short-term low. Fair value gap, include the volume imbalance, we trade all the way up, break down, volume imbalance, short, come all the way back up, order block. This is your new day opening gap, hit perfectly there. Remember, if you're trading Asia, you have to account for the spread. So if you have your limit order take profit set right at that exact price level, the higher the new day opening gap, you're not going to get filled here. And if price were to reverse and go all the way back up here, you're going to be feeling some type of way because you're still in that trade and you didn't get your exit. So if you're trading Asia, make sure to come off that high by like 2 or 3 ticks just to make sure you get that fill. Partial high of the new day opening gap, and then initial sell side, your lowest low between 6 p.m. 7 p.m. hit there, and then NASDAQ really animated to the downside. We have more sell side here, so that could be another runner. And you can run standard deviations on this if you want to, if that's something that you're into. But beautiful buy side taken, wait for displacement, fair value gap, entry here, entries all throughout here. Last time to go short at the order block, and then your targets are hit down here. So Thursday was textbook. I didn't trade it. I was in the gym and doing other things, but I saw a lot of people take that short, so it's good stuff. Carmetta, good morning. FC, good morning. We're just getting started, so y'all didn't miss anything. Let's see. This is Wednesday. All right. Sell side, your lowest low between 6 p.m. 7 p.m. The rules are the same. Once we take out the lowest low, initial sell side, we're waiting for long setups to take us up into buy side and the new day opening gap. So here, the new day opening gap, there is no separation. So it's just a single price level. That's why I only have one line drawn out here. Trade down, trade down. Okay, we're not worried about any of this. Okay, this is when I like to have like a new day opening gap or a new week opening gap. Something drawn here. Okay, we're not just trading down to a random level. All right, so this is when I'll go to a higher time frame and see what we're trading into. But trading down, order block, opening price, change in the state of delivery. Okay, we're already expecting higher prices. Candle opens, trades down, taps the opening price, rallies up, inefficiency in here. Okay, this candle closes, this candle opens, trades down. You can buy that. Okay, it's a volume imbalance. Buy side, partials, equal highs, way too smooth. SIBI, all partials, and we just fall short of the new day opening gap, but it gave you plenty of opportunities to take partials throughout here. All right, so again, textbook, initial sell side taken. You're waiting for longs. Entry here, and then take it up. Low drawdown on both of these entries. Luis, good morning. All right, so let's go Tuesday. I don't have anything marked up for Tuesday. Tuesday is just sideways price action, so we're never going to waste our time with that. Monday. All right, this is an example of failure to reach the new day opening gap. So initial buy side is here, new day opening gap, small separation. All right, NASDAQ's showing an unwillingness to get up there. Okay, rally up, can't reach it. Rally again, can't even take out this high, break lower. One more attempt, can't even take out this high. Gives up the ghost inversion fair value gap. Okay, it was used as support here. We get beneath it, use as resistance. Initial sell side, your lowest low between 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Nice aggressive drop. Taking out the sell side, that could be a runner as well. All right, so boom, boom. In my opinion, this isn't that clean, but I just want to show an example of NASDAQ having an unwillingness to reach the new day opening gap, and then it breaks lower. All right, we got two more here. Okay, this is the trade we took. Whoops. This is the trade we took live on stream. All right, for those that remember, I went short here, looking for consequent encroachment of the new day opening gap, or new week opening gap, which is about right here. So went short, a little bit of profit, got stopped at break even. We end up taking out this high, so we have a breaker, we have a high, low, higher high, last two down close candles, really 3 down close candles. It'll be cleaner on like a 2-minute chart. So I like this candle here as your breaker. Let's go back to a 1 minute. This beefy down close candle here. High, low, higher high, breaker, the body's respecting it. Short takes you down. And if you remember, we were highlighting the quadrants, so consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap was a target, the lower quadrant, the low, and then your initial sell side. All those targets hit. All right, some nasty retracements back up in here, but I mean, the logic is still the same. All targets were hit, so that's nice. And I think that's it for Asia. Before we move on, touch on this real quick. Another example of a breaker. That's something that I need to find ahead of time. I don't want to spend too much time trying to find an example. But just look in the daily screenshots channel, Joey, and there's a whole bunch of chart annotations and breakers and PD arrays. You can look at those. Here, this is a breaker right here. Never mind, found one. High, low, higher high. Last 2 down close candles, the lowest 2 down close candles in between your 2 highs. Your breaker is right here. So that's a very nice short. There you go. All right. Now we're about to get into macros. Any questions before we hop on to the morning session macros? We're also going to look at the macros during Asia. Quick questions for about 2 or 3 minutes before we move on. All good? Cool, 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 cool. Give some people some time to type. Can we foresee days with deep retracements? I don't have anything for that. Just manage your risk. Low probability days can bring deep retracements, so just avoid the days that are on my trading plan. That's all I could tell you. When it rallies, then goes the way you want it. Yeah. We've had a lot of that this week, but the daily chart has been in consolidation, so your stop loss is above the breaker, yes. If the trade is good, it should not trade above the breaker. So if you're short in this volume imbalance, you can put your stop above this candle's high, the high of the breaker. Okay, retracement, if you trade optimal trade entry, shorting the breaker, you could put your stop above mean threshold, or if you want to play it really safe, just put it at the high. Opening range, opening range is just 9:30 to 10 o'clock. It's just the first 30 minutes. You have to be more specific with your question. It's nothing really too crazy. Should you wait for the macro while looking for setups? If you want to. You don't have to wait for the macro. The macro is not like the end all be all. Asia model, wait for buy side or sell side to be taken, and then look for a trade going the other way. Does the wick below validate it as a breaker? It doesn't have to close below it. It doesn't have to be a wick. You can short inside the breaker before this low is even taken out. So you can be shorting in here while this candle is trading before it even takes out this low. You can be short if you're already anticipating lower prices. Sometimes I do that. Like I'll buy inside of bullish breakers, or I'll go short inside of a bearish breaker, and then you can use the re-entry into it as a pyramid entry. But you can accumulate inside of it. All right, let's move on. Macros. All right, you can expect a price run. Algorithm will start to spool. So if you're sitting in consolidation waiting for a setup, when can you expect price to move? When can you expect a setup to possibly form during these 20-minute windows? Okay, they occur every hour. So 6:50 to 7:10, there's a macro. 7:50 to 8:10, 8:50 to 9:10, 10:50 to 10:10, etc. So here we have 7:50 to 8:10. That's your main macro for Asia. What do? Trade up, fair value gap after clearing out the buy side. Trade down, volume imbalance entry inside of the breaker. All of this occurring during the macro, and we're already looking for shorts. Trade down, come up, breaker, order block, beautiful sells. Beautiful sells. Macro. All right, I think Wednesday was trash. Oh no, let's see. Wednesday was decent. Macro, okay, just dropping down. Dropping down. If you're more experienced and you're comfortable trading short, there's nothing wrong with going short in here, targeting PD arrays. You might have something on like a 15-minute chart, hourly chart, daily chart. We might be heading down towards a new day opening gap. You can go short during this, but if you're following the model, just wait for higher prices. But macro, providing movement, rotating lower. Tuesday was the trash price action. All right, same thing here. All right, when can you expect movement? We're consolidating as we approach 750. I'm saying, all right, I'm waiting for the macro to give us some movement. Break down aggressively, getting through this imbalance. It gets used as inversion. Okay, you get this displacement outside this consolidation during the macro, that 20-minute window. And that's when you get your setup short, unwilling to trade to the upper half of the inversion fair value gap. That's what you want to see when you're bearish. Okay, staying in the lower half of that initial sell side taken, aggressive drop into the sell side here. And then again, we're not trading into nothing. We probably have a new day opening gap, new week opening gap, inefficiency on the higher time frame, something of that sort. You can leave runners for all those things right here. Okay, macro. And let's go look at Sunday. All right, same thing. Breaker setups, high, low, higher, high. Taps the breaker here, taps the breaker here. You have an order block all occurring during the macro. We're already looking for lower prices since we swept out buy side. And we're talking about the quadrants of the new week opening gap for targeting. And you get movement during that macro. What I look for while trading 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, whatever my bias is for that session. When we're trading the morning session and we're outlining targets and walking down price, that's all I'm looking for, nothing crazy. So let's go to the morning session, starting off with, we'll do Friday. Well, Friday was nasty, but after 11 o'clock, it was okay. You mentioned yesterday opening range can help spot seek and destroy conditions. Yes. If we're unwilling to leave the opening range, it's probably going to be low probability. If you can't leave the high, the opening range, and the low, the opening range, math facts right here. So opening range is 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Opening range for the lunch hour is 11:30 to 12. Opening range for the PM session is 1:30 to 2 p.m. So morning session, this is your opening range here. Your lowest low in that range and your highest high comes in right here. We're trading inside that opening range, okay, all morning. Then we get to 11 o'clock, we get movement, and we're going to talk about that macro. Let's take this off. All right, so 10:50 to 11:10 macro. Okay, we all know that this macro is London close, profit taking hour, expect a retracement or reversal, and it will also run against liquidity created after 9:30. So once you get to 10:50, we're looking back no farther than 9:30 a.m. and you want to ask yourself who's been making money. Well, look what we did here. We have like a triple bottom. We have this low here. Draw all the way through. Sell side, sell side, sell side. So clean sell side here. We drop down during what time? 10:50 to 11:10. At this point right here, who's making money? You may be saying, well, longs here, longs here. We've already taken out sell side. So whoever's trailing their stop losses here, okay, if they're long, they're trailing their stop losses here. If they're long, they're trailing their stop losses under what? Retail support. We drop down, clearing out all that liquidity during 10:50 to 11:10. Now, who's making money at this point in time? Once we take out sell side, who's making money? Shorts. High, lower high, lower high, relative equal highs. Okay, we've already done the damage on the sell side. 10:50 to 11:10. Let's attack liquidity that's still left on the table from the morning session. Fair value gap, order block. Okay, drop down, trading into that. You saw me take the paper trade using this down close candle as an entry. Buy stops, buy side. That's your London close macro trade right there. You could be done for the week just trading that. All right, let's look at some more examples here. Same thing here. All right, this is beautiful. So who's been making money all morning since 9:30? Okay, we're not looking back anything over here. Strictly starting at 9:30, who's been making money? Clearly people going short, right? And we've already done damage on the sell side. So we have this low here taken out. Look how many times we ran out lows. This short-term low, relative equal lows, taken out. This low, taken out. This low here, taken out. So we've already done a lot of damage on the sell side. And everybody who chased this thing going lower at the open, because we opened at 9:30 and immediately we just dropped. So everybody's trailing their stop losses where? Here. We move away. Where's the stop losses going? Above this high. Trade down, trade down. Once we get to 10:50, who's making money? People going short. Cool. We have a breaker. Last up close candle. Low, high, lower low. Draw the last up close candle all the way through. Why is this here? All right, we have a fair value gap for whoever trades the unicorn model. If that's your thing, this is your unicorn model. You have a run on sell stops, breaker, short-term high taken out, fair value gap. Okay, all those factors during the macro. Trace down, boom, entry. What are you attacking? The trailed buy stops. Partial. See if you can get the buy side up here. That is your London close macro trade again. All right. So Thursday and Friday had really nice setups around 11 o'clock. No, I trade the entire morning session. Alex. All right, this macro here. We took this trade in the live stream Okay, we are trading down. If you remember, we had a whole bunch of new week opening gaps overlapping with each other. Breakaway gap, okay, we talked about how we wanted to see that stay open. We had a small fair value gap here, rally up. We talked about this inversion fair value gap that was used as my entry. Bodies respecting consequent encroachment, and we're targeting first presentation fair value gap, which is this candle here, all occurring during the macro. All right, I don't have the 1050 to 1110 macro because, in my opinion, this was the cleanest move for the morning session. Let's take a look at Tuesday. Look at this sell-off. What was Tuesday? Oh, this was the day after a bank holiday. That's why I didn't care for any of this. But in my opinion, if you don't have access to a seconds chart, this was the best entry to go short. We have this is actually a mitigation block. I had that labeled wrong. We have a mitigation block. So we have a high, low, and a lower high. Last down close candle in between your two highs here is your mitigation block. Candle opens, trades up. Okay, you could short here, accumulate short positions at the low of it, and then it gives up the ghost and goes lower, occurring when? During the macro. And then you get this beautiful sell-off. Alright. And same thing here. This is beautiful. We had a great stream on Monday. On Columbus Day, we had that bank holiday macro. Okay, if you remember in the stream, we weren't looking for higher prices. I talked about this fair value gap. I wanted to see that completely overtaken. I don't want to see this send us higher. Break lower, gets treated as inversion. Okay, when is this all occurring? During the macro. And the logic is we're looking for lower prices. Body stopping at the low of the inversion fair value gap. Trade down into first presentation fair value gap, which is here. So shorting the low of the inversion fair value gap, targeting first presentation. Okay, that right there, you could be done for the week. This is a Monday. This trade right here, you could be done for the week. That small little move, what is that? Let me see. That's 45 handles. You could be done with that. Right. Draw the fair value gap all the way through. Break lower. London close macro. We get movement sell side. People who are buying at the open, their stop losses on the 930 candle. Okay, they get taken out. Macro. We have a fair value gap, yes, but I'm looking left. Consequent encroachment of this wick. Draw it all the way through. Look at the bodies. Time, macro. Sell side taken. So everybody who chases thing going higher at the open, taken out here, taken out here, taken out here. Perfect. And that is it for that. Tuesday sold off ultimate trade entry. First presentation fair value gap is just the first fair value gap in the opening range between 9:31 and 10 o'clock. So that's it. We finished earlier than I thought we did. That only took 30 minutes, which isn't bad. But we did a recap over Asia. We went over macros during Asia. We went over macros and the price action in the morning session using time elements. And that's pretty much all I had. Just really want to go over those two things. So we'll just answer some questions, clear some things up for the next 30. The mitigation block is on Tuesday, 9:50 to 10:10. Macros are just time elements where you can expect price to move. I usually take about 4 trades a week. But on my personal account, I'm going for just 1 good trade a week and then I stop. If I get a nice win, if I make 3% on a Tuesday, because I don't trade Monday, so, or if I trade like Asia, I'm trading Asia tomorrow. If I make my 3% Sunday trading Asia, I'm already done for the week trading my live account. But I'll paper trade in the live streams and all that just for the sake of content. But once I make my 600, 700, 1,000 or whatever, like I'm done. Why don't I trade Mondays? It's low probability, and I just like doing a free stream on Mondays. That's just how I like my business model. People can find me in the live streams when I go live on Monday. Do we have time to go into the change in the state of delivery on Wednesday? Change in the state of delivery. Oh, you're probably talking about Asia, I think. Change in the state of delivery is just the opening price. Okay, that's all it is. Order block is the opening price. We're in a sell program all throughout here. Okay, we're trading into some level. I don't have it on my chart, but we're not trading into nothing. Rally up, opening price. We enter a buy program. Next candle opens, taps it, and then there you go. That's all it is. It doesn't matter if there's no such thing as the most successful macro. They're all good. The more important thing is narrative. It doesn't matter if you enter trades before the macro, during the macro, after the macro. It has no significance. The price action in the chart's more important. The macro is just when you can expect some sort of movement, but your entry still needs to be based on logic. No Asia stream. I won't stream Asia this week. Oh man. Everything's in a high price top operating algorithm because there's buyers and sellers. Don't even focus on that, Joey. I would just focus on learning how to read price. Don't worry about the whole algorithm and banks and this and that. I would just focus on learning his concepts. Gotta stay focused. All the SMCs I need to study. Just go through either his 2022 playlist, 2023, 2024. All those playlists will teach you. Any one of them will teach you the PD arrays. And take your time. Don't rush. Do breakaway gaps that get inverted hold more than regular fair value gaps? It's based on price and narrative. But I wouldn't say they'll hold more. It's just a matter of what price is doing at the time. It really just depends. But any fair value gap can be used as inversion. I don't think one is stronger than the other. You just need logic behind it. How's the higher time frame looking for next week? I haven't even looked at it. Let me see. If NASDAQ can get above consequent encroachment of this wick, if we can close above it, I'll be looking for the rejection block, the highest closing price in the swing high. That price level, which comes in at, what is that, 880.25. I'll be looking at that as a target, but we have to get through midpoint of this wick first. Friday's trading, we close beneath it, pretty much close right at it. If we can get above it, I'm looking for the rejection block. Does dollar help you with your bias? Absolutely. I definitely pay attention to the dollar index. Those two up close candles is an order block, but I'm expecting higher prices. So I'm looking at the rejection block as a target. Bears plan to be fake bull flag. I don't really see a fake bull flag in here, unless you're talking about this displacement consolidation. But this was the day after bank holiday, so I don't care for this price action. Opening range, I'm just submitting to those first 30 minutes. I'm not really looking at anything in the opening range other than, are we trading inside of it? I don't want us to trade inside of the opening range for too long. The only thing I'm looking at in the opening range is that first presentation fair value gap and the opening range itself as far as its highest high and lowest low. That's it. I mentioned most of my analysis being the higher time frame. I know, I look at the higher time frame. That's what we do in the live streams. We go from a weekly chart, daily chart, 15-minute chart. We look at the higher time frame every morning. Only time I don't look at the higher time frame is when I'm trading Asia, and even then, certain times I'll look at it. Can two single candles form a balanced price range? Yes, it can. Do you recommend going through ICT playlist before mentorship? I mean, if you want. I don't think there's, that's a personal thing. I don't think it's required, but I'm not gonna ICT's content. I'm never gonna say don't study it, but he be rambling. Yeah, it's part of the grind, though. It's part of the grind. You gotta sit through it. Why I only trade NASDAQ? I just like it. You only need to trade one market. Back when I used to trade Forex, I used to be trading 4 or 5 different Forex pairs. I used to trade S&P and NASDAQ, and then I switched to only trading S&P. But now I only need the NASDAQ. I can find all the setups I want on the NASDAQ. You only need one market. I don't know. The opening range is nothing. It's just 30 minutes. Submit to those 30 minutes. And when it comes to the opening range, the main thing I want to see is us leave the opening range. That's really it. That's it. You can trade inside the opening range, but ideally in a clean market, you want to see us leave it. That's all it is. Do I look at news before trade ideas? I don't care for the numbers. When they come out with the CPI report, the inflation report, the home sales, the PMI index, when they come out with all those numbers, I don't care for it, because I don't believe that stuff actually moves the market. It's just a smoke screen. So they're going to come out with, Thursday, 8:30, we have unemployment claims. I don't care what that number looks like. I don't care how many people lost their jobs or whatever. That number, that's not going to influence the trades that I take, because it's just the market's going to go wherever it wants to go based on daily order flow. And that news driver that comes out at 8:30 is just going to be used as volatility. So people may say, oh, we have a lot of people lost their jobs this month. The market's going to go lower. Well, if we're bullish on the daily chart, I'm still looking for longs. But that volatility at 8:30 is going to be used to find a setup, and then you make money off of that. How do I use intermarket analysis? That's a whole nother video. Just keep watching the live streams. Every live stream, we're looking at dollar index, we're looking at Dow, we're looking at S&P. We do it every morning. That's my narrative or intermarket analysis. As far as narrative and bias, we do that in the live streams. Go from a weekly chart, daily chart, 15-minute chart, key levels, previous week's high and low for the last 3 weeks, previous day's high and low for the last 3 days, new week opening gaps, new day opening gaps, identify the drawn liquidity, and then we look for a setup. Do I still trade 15.15? What is that? Oh, final hour? Yeah, I traded it last week. I traded 10 micros last week. Went long, some pyramid entries. It's on my YouTube channel. How many webinars? I don't even know. I think it's 20 something. don't know. I could be wrong. We have about 20 minutes. Yeah, I look at euro, dollar, and gold. Yield and bond correlations. I look at the bond market rarely. If NASDAQ is in a consolidation on the daily chart, I'll look at the treasury bonds. I'll take a quick glance at it. Or if dollar index is consolidating on the daily chart, I'll take a look at the treasury bonds to see what it's doing. But if treasury bonds and the indices should be moving together, so if dollar index is, I believe I'm saying that right, if dollar index is bullish, the treasury bonds should be bearish along with the indices. But rarely do I look at, don't get too deep, don't get tripped up. Rarely do I look at treasury bonds. Like, I haven't looked at it really in the past 3, 4, 5 months or so. I don't put a lot of emphasis on it. All you really need is the NASDAQ and dollar index. How do you have a personal account? How much do you think I need? A lot of people ask me that. How much money do you need to start a personal account? I'm not in a position to give advice on that, but you can just do a little bit of research and do some calculations as far as risk. But I can't tell you how much money to start trading with because I don't know your risk. I don't know how you trade. So some people may need a bigger account size because they may lose more, they may risk more, they may use more leverage. So I can't give advice on that. Dollar index and NASDAQ have an inverse relationship. Dollar index and the indices have an inverse relationship. So if the US dollar index is going higher, you want to see lower prices in NASDAQ and vice versa. $100 is not enough to live trade. That if you only have $100, you should not be opening a trading account. That's like, you just you might as well like buy some shoes or something. But $100 is nowhere near enough to start trading. Nowhere near enough. I would save your money and just keep saving. How come you don't add the title of the lessons? I do that on purpose. A lot of people ask, like, how come you don't title the webinars? Because I don't want people skipping around the webinars like they're all good. But some people may want to skip around. Just watch them all. And there's no rush. Deleted the comment. But yeah, I do that on purpose though. I don't title them because each webinar has good stuff in it, so it's like a little surprise when you watch them. Do I trade mini? I trade micros right now, but hopefully if the numbers look right by December, I should be trading the mini contract on my personal account, and then I'll go for like 1,000, 1,500. Let me see. Once I get to the point where I could trade one mini contract, then I'll be going for probably like 3,000 a week or ish, because that's what 3,000 divided by 20 handles. What is that? Alexa, what's 3,000 divided by 20?
3,000 divided by 20 is 150.
Oh, duh. 150 handles a week is $3,000. So it's like 150 handles a week. That's doable. So weekly profiles. I don't really pay attention to weekly profiles. A lot of people ask me, do I pay attention to daily profiles? Do I use daily profiles, weekly profiles? I don't. That's just me. Do you finally got your new place? I think they're gonna call me today. I had to go. I went up to the apartment yesterday because, like, with trading, there's a whole bunch of nonsense with the, because when you own your own business, like, you need more documentation and all that. So, they called me when I was getting my haircut yesterday, and they said they needed some tax stuff and some other documents, and I told them that I'm not filing taxes till next year because last year I didn't really do much, and this is year where like things are kind of taking off. So I told them like I can provide more bank statements or whatever. Like I have more than enough to afford the rent, but it's just a whole bunch of back and forth. So I had to print out some bank statements and some income stuff, and then I drove up there because I was tired of like going back and forth with them on the phone. So I just went up there and talked to them, handed off my financials, and they said they'll give me a call back either today or tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. I might do like a move-in vlog or something, but yeah, no guarantees. Is Houston nice? It's cool. It's cool. You wanna say hi? No. Go say what's up. Austin is better. Yeah, Austin's cool. They said you're shy. She don't want to talk to y'all. That's crazy. What do I think about the news? We have a light news day. We only have one day with high impact news, and that's Thursday. I'm expecting Thursday and Friday to be the cleanest days during the week, but even medium impact news, that's fine. Like Tuesday, Wednesday could be nice. We have medium impact news at 10 o'clock, which is the start of the silver bullet hour. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a decent week. I think it's going to be decent. And let me see, I like to see us leave this little range on NASDAQ. So I like to see us either take out this low or this high. Just want to get out of this range. If we can get outside of this consolidation, I think it's going to be a clean week. We have news drivers every day, especially at 10 o'clock, which are my favorite. So I think it'll be decent. But time will tell. Can you add last hour macro since we got a few elections? Big puns already. Final hour macro. Friday, trash. Final hour macro. Buy side taken. Displacement. Volume imbalance. 315, 345. You get a price run. Targeting sell side. Just do a quick little brief. Trash. Final hour macro, yeah. Nothing I really care about here. Relative equal lows taken out. Trade down. This actually wasn't that bad. Fair value gap, but yeah, just not enough range. before market close. No, there's homework. There's homework. I just had to send it out. I told you I said it probably won't get sent out tomorrow because we were out last night. So I said it's either going to be sent out last night or today, but we didn't get back till like 3 in the morning or whatever. Yeah, final hour macro is kind of mid, but I did. Is this the day I went long? Nah, I didn't trade the final hour macro this week, or did I? Oh, I did. I went long in here, using these 2 up close candles as a breaker. That's on my YouTube channel. Questions. We got 8 minutes. We got a little bit of time left. The sessions indicator is in the FAQ channel in Discord. Check the Discord FAQ. The indicator is in there. 6 to 7 range, small and choppy. Depends on the price. Depends on the price action and economic calendar. Avoiding wicks, entries, avoiding wicks, working on not entering too early. Well, yeah, first you gotta get rid of FOMO. And as far as avoiding wicks, well, second, don't be scared to take a losing trade. If you get wicked out of a trade, like losses are gonna happen. But that stuff tends to happen on low probability days. More wicks and aggressive retracement, so avoid low probability days. Those days are on my trading plan. And drop the FOMO. And don't be scared to take a losing trade. No fear, no greed. Exactly. All right, I think we're good. Nobody's asking questions. I think we're straight. If you have any last remaining questions, just message me in Discord. Tomorrow, nothing tomorrow. I'll send out the homework definitely today. I told you yesterday it's either going to be last night or today, but we were busy last night. So weekly forecast is going to be sent out. I didn't send one out this past week because I didn't have a bias for NASDAQ, so we're really just working with intraday volatility, really using the 15-minute chart to frame bias. So I didn't really have a bias for last week, but I like how NASDAQ is looking. Dollar index may get a little retracement going lower on the daily chart. And I'll send that out. Key levels I'm looking for. Dow made new all-time highs. S&P made new all-time highs last week, so I like the movement we're getting. I'll get that weekly forecast out. Monday, we have a free tape reading stream, so we're going to have a pretty decent crowd on Monday. No button pressing, obviously. And then we're live trading Tuesday through Friday. No Asia. Yeah, no Asia streams. And I believe that is it. 1 second. I'm going to have... I think that's it. Here. Tell them bye.
Bye, chat.
She said bye. Oh, here. I'm going to let her end the stream real quick. They can't see you. That's okay. All right. I'll see y'all Monday in the stream, right?
Yes, see y'all.
Free tape reading stream.
Yes, goodbye.
We'll see you live trading on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
All right. If you have questions, message me in Discord, and I'll get the homework sent out later today, probably after I eat. And then I'll see you on the live stream Monday morning. All right, peace.